My name is Ting I have been in the life science business for my whole career, having spent much of that in large pharmaceutical companies like Merck, Abbott, and 22 years at Johnson & Johnson in both operational, international, and the venture capital investment roles. The last 12 years of my career at Johnson & Johnson, I was part of a group called Johnson & Johnson Development Corporation, their venture capital group. It's one of the earliest groups formed in the United States, formed in 1972. As a result, and having spent the last 20 years now in the venture business, I've seen the ups and downs and the evolution of the venture capital business go from times of boom to times of difficulty. And we are now in a moment where the amount of innovation, drug discovery, invention is unprecedented, largely because of the genome mapping efforts as well as the coming of age of personalized medicine. So we are participating in a truly exciting time right now, and my role at Easton Capital Global Fund 4 is really to take advantage of these earlier stage types of opportunities in the life science and healthcare information technology business. The recession contributed largely to a major reduction in the amount of investment in all of life sciences, but particularly in the early stage and development stage areas of product development. And as a result, startup companies, while innovation has continued to be very, very strong over the years, has really dropped. And we at Easton Global Fund 4 are really going to take advantage of this void that has been created over the last 2, 3, 4 years with a unique and very, very innovative type of model. There are really two areas. One is that the FDA recently, and I mean very recently, in the last 12 months, has really sped up a lot of the approvals due to the fast-track process. The second major issue, or the second major attribute, is really the available of information and big data that has become available because of the human genome mapping and the ability to sequence one's genome, and that translates into what we're calling now personalized or precision medicine. That has shortened the timelines incredibly, which has made it much more attractive to invest early stage rather than later stage. And where being the first to come back into the early stage investment really is a great opportunity for us as well as investors. There are very few venture groups or private equity groups investing in early stage opportunities. We see this in our deal flow. We see it when we do due diligence, and we see it when we talk to our scientific advisors, who are all saying that there are wonderful, wonderful opportunities for investment, and we believe by being early we'll be able to cherry pick the best ones. Over the years, each of us have probably invested in at least 10, 15, 25 companies each. We've sat on multiple dozens of boards, and so we have seen what makes a company have the right attributes for success, and our ability to work actively with management helps us in that kind of a process. My role in Easton Global 4 will be to provide the senior management type of discipline that is required in a new fund as we go and take advantage of this void in the marketplace. I've been in 4 funds before. I've been the managing partners of a fund. I will be able to administer the fund, make sure it has the proper financial controls, the legal support it needs, the accounting and strategic impact that always a fund needs going forward. I can lend some of that experience and expertise into making sure that the fund is a disciplined fund using all of our assets and attributes to the benefit of everybody's overall efforts. And that means identifying the right kind of investment opportunities, making sure that the proper due diligence is done, structuring deals, making sure that management is active in those deals, and finally making sure that the partnerships and eventual exit occur. And that's kind of the overseeing role I see myself having at Easton, and being able to work with the team as a team, and making sure that the unified total goals of the fund are really achieved. And many of the new funds do not have experience in the early stage type of investing, and don't have the experience and the track records that we do, having invested in those kinds of opportunities. The venture capital funds, particularly the traditional well-established funds, have been able to raise larger and larger amounts of capital, so that you're talking about a $200, $300, $400, $500 million fund. And to be able to deploy that kind of capital, you almost had to go to later stage opportunities. We believe we can get faster returns in a diversified portfolio with companies we believe are very exciting and dynamic, to be able to bring investors returns earlier rather than later. And again, one of the key ingredients that we provide is our experience in the life science field, being able to bring partners into relationships early, working with those partners so that an exit is really through a partner acquisition of one of our portfolio companies.